We've arrived in Valelcia pretty early in the morning. That's good because it's a working port, which means we've got to get out of the port and then a bus into town. Now the shuttle bus is going to take us from the port and drop us by the museum, the Ocean Museum and the Opera House. From there we'll get a public bus. And as you can see, many people look quite lost when they get off the shuttle bus. But Jean has looked on Google Maps and she knows exactly which bus to get.
We're going on a walking tour starting at Placard de la Verge. Google Maps told me to get bus number 95. It showed me which stop to get off at, and now we're going to walk over the bridge to meet the tour. This statue in the middle of Virgin Square is to represent the river which flowed over where the park is, but was then diverted after the Great Floods in October in 1957. So this is the church in the Square of the Virgin, and it's beautiful inside. Can you see the statue of the Virgin? It looks like she's leaning forward a little, doesn't it? This is because she was placed on the top of the coffins and she was sitting up a little. So then, when they transferred the statue, it looked like she was rather hunchbacked, some said. But I think it looks like she's leaning forward and caring for her baby. The church is free entry. I did check to see if there were any loos in there, but there weren't, but there are some at the market. Hi, are you the English walking tour? Yeah,
it's another tour with another guide over there in a few minutes. Start.
Over there?
The guide has an orange umbrella.
Orange and, okay,
orange.
Thank you.
Your name, please?
It's Stuart and Jean. Stuart?
Stuart.
Yeah, and Jean. Yeah.
This is a classic Roman forum, and some of the stones here are inscribed in Latin. Dates back to 158 BC. And the Romans were said to give the locals money, or offer the locals money, to kill their own leader. And when they killed their leader, they said, we're not paying you because we don't pay traitors. These are the remains of a Roman baths. And we move from the Roman square to the second part of our tour, which takes us back to medieval times.
This man that was the king of Aragon, the king of Aragon.
October the 9th, 1238, the Muslims were defeated and it became a Christian city.
James of Aragon's got his face up there because he persuaded his very rich girlfriend to donate lots of money. And if you notice, all the women have got crowns on because they were the rich ones.
And the Muslim males were moved out, and the Christian males were encouraged to populate the city again. And each was said to have 300 girlfriends. I'm not sure they felt the same way about it. It's €10 to get into the church, and if you wish to take the 207 steps to the top of the tower, that will be an extra few euros on top. The church, I prefer the free one. I think it's prettier inside, but you can see for yourself. We'll show you a little.
There's a very detailed commentary included in the €10, and it takes an hour to do the whole thing properly. The special thing about the church is the chalice. It's said to be the very chalice that Jesus drank out of with the disciples at the Last Supper. Obviously, this is a matter of faith. It was brought to Valelcia by St. Vincent the Martyr, and this is his arm. This is where the Council of City Authorities sat, who used to preside over water disputes, and now they still come every Thursday as a tourist attraction. I used to love reading historical novels about the Borgias. They were so wicked. They all slept with each other. They were incestuous. They poisoned each other. And there were only 2 popes from Valencia, and one of them was Alexander Borgia.
Alexander, Pope Alexander, okay, Alexander the Sixth.
In theory, if I walk to the very end of this park, it's 47 minutes, I'll come out to where the shuttle bus stops.
This so-called park actually was a river. Valencia was based on a river, it wasn't a coastal village, and after the floods of 1957 it was diverted away, so it's now a park. And this particular stretch into the North Gate is also known as the Royal Approach.
There's a story about a group of farmers who went on a night out and got very drunk and then came back and the gates were locked and they fell asleep under the Valencian moon. Now the saying, falling asleep under a Valencian moon, means the same as walking around with your head in the clouds. It means you're very confused.
There were 3 versions of walled cities here. Obviously the Christian one was the last one, and of the 12 towers it had in its walls, there were only 2 still standing, and this North Gate is one of them.
It's a nice way to enter the old city, isn't it? This square is where the famous fire ceremony starts, and on all city badges you can see a bat emblem.
Rumour has it that they were asked to stop using the bat emblem until they pointed out to the Americans they'd been using it since before America was thought of. This is the building of the executive government.
So this is the street of the Caballeros, where the rich people used to live. This is called Black Square because of the statue, and at night this is where it all happens. It's absolutely rammed and it's full of frivolity.
This is the Market Square. It's one of the oldest squares in Valencia.
This was the Silk Trade Building. But they actually built it to look and feel like a church so that the silk traders could feel guilty and behave themselves. But it is actually the Silk Trade Building.
This is the Central Trade Market. It is in fact the biggest market of fresh products in the whole of Europe.
And it's got good toilets by the back door.
The market closes at 3, so if you want to go and visit the market you need to go in the morning. We've just had a very interesting walking tour where we learned that paella is not the Spanish national dish, it's from Valencia, and the Spanish national dish is Spanish omelette. Also we learned that paella does not have seafood in it. It has chicken and rabbit and garlic, a little bit of garlic. That is the traditional paella, and no chorizo, Jamie Oliver. So there we have the traditional paella, and you see it's got white butter beans and green beans in it, and apparently you should never eat paella on your own. 2 things Valencia is famous for is oranges and rice. I felt I had to have some freshly squeezed orange juice, and also I've got the national dish of Spain, which is the omelette, the Spanish omelette, and it's delicious.
So a big thank you to Victoria. We liked it so much we named our ship after her. Victoria was our guide for the day. She's from Free Walking Tours, and there's a suggested tip of between 15 and 50 euros. Other ways of getting around, well, there's the Segway and the bicycle.
Amazing. It's making a fan. It's beautiful. Valencia is like a film set. Everywhere you look is beautiful and it is so clean. I mean, I'm going to have to say that in my estimation, it beats Barcelona now.
I'd second that emotion.
Valelcia is attractive, it's clean, it's friendly, it's got a lot to offer and it's well worth a visit.
Your bus stop home is by the North Gate. 95 gets you back quickly. The 94 takes a bit longer and goes around the houses.
The shuttle bus stops just opposite the Science Museum, which is massive.
Don't forget to check out all our other Mediterranean films on Cruise Doris Visits. Please like the film and please subscribe to the channel. Enjoy your cruise.
In some places you call this a day out. It's the Palau de les Arts and just along here is the Opera House. Just along from where the shuttle bus drops you, you can't miss it. It's such an impressive building, is the Opera House.
The Unexpected is out now, with a compelling ensemble of damaged characters, like slow horses, operating on a global scale reminiscent of Jack Ryan, but driven by intellect, not firepower. It's The Wire meets Fauda in its demand for sharp detective work and geopolitical awareness, elevated to a global threat level with a ticking clock urgency of 0 day. Like The Americans, sleeper agents and long-buried secrets simmer beneath the surface.
Today we're in Russia. Cruise ships, covert ops and a soul band undercover. When tourism masks a deadly game, freedom is the ultimate prize. Hashtag the unexpected.
In a world where peace comes at a price, The Unexpected is out now.